Hello everyone. This is a video I've been meaning to put something together and throw this up for demonstration for a while. Mainly because from the day one, everyone has assumed that the Homeworld fighters are just woefully, as Scene said, underpowered. When in reality they're not, but it's situational. So. This video is gonna, actual game where I'm gonna demonstrate or utilize an open swarm technique, or ball and chain is another neat little name for it, given what it looks like once you actually get the thing going. Like I said, situational. This is something that within 20K, 10 to 15K is optimal. 1,000 kilometers, 10,000 or 15,000 kilometers. I really don't think there's a way for the Homeworld 2 races to counter this at all. Shield, I don't think a Homeworld 2 race could beat a Homeworld 1 race on Shield, and this is not utilizing grab well. This is utilizing fighters, and also not utilizing defenders. Everyone agrees that defenders are pretty strong, on the edge of overpowered for what those little bastards can do. But this is just straight up scouts, interceptors, and bombers. So, right away, the guy I'm going up against is trying to take the middle, which is, for you Homeworld 2 races, know that this is a mistake against a Homeworld 1 race. We have 4 lines of production right away compared to your 2 lines of production. So we can, in effect, build up production or combat production and resource production simultaneously, where you're stuck with one or the other most of the time. So, first little piece of advice is don't rush a Homeworld 1 race, or don't try to big boy us around. We're gonna spank you, at least during this build. In the past, so in the original Homeworld, if you tried to send a group of fighters to attack an enemy who had his fighters grouped up into little mini claws, I guess it's something to do with the physics engine, something to do with the way that that the AI worked, or something to do with the way that Homeworld, the fighters in Homeworld reacted after killing something. They would immediately retarget. The open swarm would lose every time. So I and many others had an assumption that it would be the same thing here. Like, if I did not have the ability to put my fighters in a formation, and I sent all my fighters up against a Homeworld 2 swarmer who was utilizing formations naturally because they have no choice, they build out in squadrons, then my fighters were just going to lose. And in reality, that's the case if I just bandbox and attack everything. If I build 40-something fighters and send them out against 40-something other fighters, they're going to lose. But the Homeworld race's ability to take my entire swarm and individually target a single Homeworld 2 squadron actually gives me the advantage in the fight. Because I guess it could be a combination of things. It could be a combination of the way that the flight paths on rails work with the Homeworld 2 squadrons, and that they're not retargeting fast enough. So it's clearly, if you put 5 interceptors up against an interceptor squadron, the interceptor squadron is going to win. But if you put 40 interceptors up against 8 interceptor squadrons, and I target my 40 to 1 squadron at a time, I'm going to win, because you're really, at best you're killing 5 fighters at a time, it retargeting. I mean, mathematically, it sounds like the Homeworld 2 should do better, but reality, like you'll see, they don't, far from it. Attrition makes no difference, because I'm not going to let one dock. I'm just going to stay targeting it until it dies, and then I'll retarget, 1 more squadron. Range allows me, like I said, to keep fresh fighters coming in. I don't have to worry about docking. Losing my fighters is not as big of a deal to me as it is to losing an entire squadron to the Homeworld 2 race. Yeah, I'm losing 90 to 100 to 140 or whatever per fighter lost, but for every squadron that goes down, that's the the build time and the 500 or so RU it costs for them to replenish. So called it a ball and chain. You'll notice every time I go into the sensors manager, there's just a stream of fighters coming and a ball in the middle. It's actually, once it really gets going, it looks kind of neat. So I'm not really sure what should be done about this. I don't know if this can be fixed with tweaks to damage, tweaks to speed, or AI for the Homeworld 2 races. What I don't want to see, what I really don't want to see is I don't want to see them leveled out by making them the same. I don't want to see Homeworld 2 races build individual fighters. I really don't want to see Homeworld races building, in squadrons. These people get pretty attached to the way fighters in particular work, because it's the one thing that everybody built in the beginning. It's the one thing that everybody has experience with fighters. It doesn't matter if you preferred Corvettes or if you preferred frigates. Everybody has to have some experience with fighters. So telling either community that they have to use the other's community is not going to go over well. I also don't think that it's necessary to take away the replenishment, the free replenishment from the Homeworld 2 races, because really that's their balance to Homeworld's production. If you look, it's very rare that I sit on 0 RU for very long, and I have all 4 production lines going plus research. It's not hard for me to get the production up or the mining up quickly in order to support an attack like this. And I have not touched his mining operations. I have yet to attack a single collector. This is just straight up, ass versus ass, and I'm winning horribly here. Right away, I think the first answer is don't get within my range. Know that you have your advantage at distance. I have my advantage at close range. If you try to come at a Homeworld 1 race and swarm them versus swarm within 15-20k, I don't think you can win. I forgot if I said it already, but Shield, for instance, I don't think there's a way for Homeworld 2 to win versus Homeworld 1 on a map the size of Shield, and definitely not sitting next to someone on rec. You just need to back up and defend, because distance is my enemy here. I can't come all the way across the map and do this effectively. If I try to build all of my fighters and let you build all your fighters and then send them into attack, you will win the attrition battle then. The only way that I can take advantage of this, the only way this works is starting from the beginning. If you remember or noticed, my first attack was with about 13 scouts and 5 interceptors, and then I just built up from there. I didn't wait for critical mass. I didn't wait till I had what I thought was an appropriate number versus whatever he was able to produce at the same time, because I would have lost then. The whole point was to attack early, overwhelm, and then ultimately get enough interceptors to keep down whatever he can produce, and enough bombers to start stripping his mods. And then when it's all said and done, I'll have, actually not quite at this point, but by that point I should be well on my way to producing frigates, and just keep the production going, keep coming up. So I don't know, don't swarm me, go back to your hyper torque thing or something. But yeah, I don't know. I really the fighter balance is one thing that I've tried to stay kind of clear from the discussion on, because it's going to be a difficult one. I mean, Gearbox definitely has their work cut out for them, trying to figure out what to do to balance these. I just hope they can. Like I said, I really don't want to see. I don't want to see squadrons of fighters coming out of my mothership, and I don't want the Homeworld 2 guys to lose the thing that was so unique and so loved with them. But I also don't want to see too many games and like this one just ended. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your idea is, and I guess we'll debate and we'll see where it goes.